Hello Internet, welcome back. Today we're gonna work on that car again. So we're all fans of Fast and Furious, right? The early 2000s. So I thought, hey, you know it'd be cool to match the yellow, the yellow DRLs? Yellow neon lights. I thought that'd be pretty sick to bring back the old 2000s vibe. However, we ran into a problem. So while I already took it out and mocked it up, I realized this is just some generic LED light set I got. But as you can clearly see, that's the side, that's the back, that's the front, that's the other side. It's not long enough to reach all the way, at least I don't think as of right now when I mocked it up. It's not long enough to reach one way or the other, and that is gonna be in the middle of the car, which if you look here is just nothing more than the exhaust system. So my plan is to get that little doohickey. I'm gonna mount it, you probably can't see it here, somewhere up there in the engine bay, because that's where the DRLs, it was mounted beforehand. So it's not powered by the battery, it's powered by the lights. So whenever the lights are on, these are on, and it will get power, but once you turn the car off, these will not stay on. Now this is one of those things that's kind of difficult because typically, normally cars, the batteries are up there in the front, but for M cars and other performance cars, the battery is actually in the trunk. So it's gonna be kind of hard to route it to the battery actually. And what I could do is there's a gasket here, where's my hand? Somewhere here. And you actually cut a little hole and stick it through, and that will actually attach to the battery. So how these are mounted is 3M double-sided tape. They, you know, where these goes, they're cleared, they hold it in more, and then they have some tiny little screws focused to secure it. Very tiny. So what I'm planning on doing is, since I don't really want to drill into the car anymore, so I'm gonna go ahead and drill into the side skirt. All I'm gonna do is just clean these up and then mount them there. For the front, same thing, but I'm gonna mount it in the splitter actually. So right here is a clean spot I can mount it. I'll mount it there. And then the rear is somewhat difficult because typically I guess one would just mount it. There's exhaust, so it's always in the way. So you have to figure out where you want to mount it. But what I'm gonna do is actually just clean all this up right here, and then just mount it underneath here, because this is my Sweet Engineering diffuser. So I have officially decided that I'm measuring 15 inches away from here. That's where the front of this is gonna go. And 15 inches from the back, which is here, and that's a little blurry, which is here, and that's where this back is gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that to the other side. Update, I put it as near in the middle as I can. And then it's perfectly where here, so then you could just tuck this in right here. I did the other side as well. As you can see, I picked it up, and again, it gets tucked in right around here. And I did the back, and I think I'm gonna route it through this side. It's already dangling right there, and I haven't gotten the front one on yet. So what I'm gonna do now is, because I'm concerned about the rear one because it's getting stretched so far, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rear one right around here, and then I'm gonna tuck it in here for now, just to hold on to it. And then when I get home, I will get the cable and run it all the way through. I didn't expect this is how that thing is made, but so if we take a look at the rear, I cut the cable because I was going to extend it longer all the way to the front, right? But inside it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 individual cables. I don't know what grade, whatever they are, but I thought it was gonna be one wire, cohesive wire, was what I'm used to. I'm not used to 4 individual ones and a smaller one. I don't have the wire at all to extend each individual one. That's what happens when you buy generic stuff. That box, each one of these colors corresponds with a solder point in there as well. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. So I'm gonna just tape this up, ignore the rear, get the front, left and right side and straight leveled up. It's not gonna work because if I had known this way, I would have put that on top first and then snake that down from the top instead. I would have done that way. But as of right now, I mean, it's not too late. I could just rip them off and then go back to the top and bottom again. I mean, I have the mounts for it. All right, I'm gonna try doing that. You can see this thing right here is actually my other tap. So what I'm actually gonna do is take this, it has a tap into it, and I'm actually gonna tap into these 2 wires right here, and that will be my power. And it actually comes with a fuse. So that way, if it goes out, don't worry about anything blowing because it'll just be a fuse that blows. I'm gonna stick the front one through that hole. I'm gonna mount that actually same location so I can access it. Drop it down there, and then I'm gonna take the side one and feed it through here. It's gonna be very difficult for me to do it, but I will feed it through here, and then it will drop to the bottom, and I can pull it out from there, and then mount it back again where I originally had it. So that way I don't have to cut any more wires. I got it routed, so I had to actually pull off some splash shields. Underneath, I pulled it off right here. This is all because I didn't want to cut the wire anymore. So all I did was loosen up all those bolts so that it's loose. And then we go underneath here. I took that shield off, and the wire is actually here, and it's tucked over here as I originally planned. I'm gonna make sure it stays away from the splash, the jacking point right here. And then once the shield goes up here, it should cover it. So right now, everything should be good. Bad news is that because I took the sticky double-sided off and then decided to route it that way, the stickiness is kind of gone. But that's what the clips are for, to clip it on. I got it done. So everything's packed up, this is just temporarily taped on, and I'm able to tuck it in here. I ran the wire again, like I said, from up there all the way down here. So everything should be good to go. All right, so I counted how many of these things I got. I got about 10 of them. I could always get more, but obviously what you want to really do is put one at the end. Where is it? End. That's most important. And then maybe like 1 or 2 in the middle. The front one's gonna stick very well. The rear ones here is what I'm concerned about because I unfortunately took the sticker off. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna start drilling a little hole and then do all of them. And then I'll show you what I did and then just cut to when I'm done putting it in. Okay, so what I did here is I just took a little drill bit and I just drilled through a little bit and then screw in. I got this side on. Focus, focus. Got that one. Got that one. Obviously I want a little bit more, but that will do for now. This is the side I spray with alcohol spray, hopefully to get rid of the dirt and still get this on, but I don't think it probably didn't work. So I'll be ordering more of these to just slam in between. So a learning lesson is to not rip that off until you are for sure going to stick it on. And then when we go home, I will rewire it to actually make it work. For now, it's not gonna work because I need to wire it. So once I get it working, I will showcase it. This used to be powered by DRLs,
because I had a DRL light. So I cut it, tapped it, and now I've redone it to where it is grounded through this existing one. This is what the factory uses to ground something, but I just reused it. Now you can ground 2 grounds on one as long as it's clean and it's bare metal, which you probably can't see on camera, but it's there, it's clean. Then I powered it by using a ring terminal, like the ground, into the terminal for the battery. Now this is connected directly to the battery in the back, and this is actually how you jump start your car if you need a jump. So that's what I end up using, so that it's constantly getting power rather than the DRLs where it shoots power on off based on when the lights turn on. And that was what caused the neon lights to always turn on randomly every single time those lights turn on. I highly recommend putting a fuse onto anything. You don't want anything to fry, and having a fuse just makes it safer and give you extra peace of mind. So the fuse will fry first. So now that the app works, I obviously can't show you because it's sunny, broad daylight, but maybe it'll work. So all you do is pull up your app, which gives it to you. You type in, you Bluetooth it because it's always constant power, so it's always gonna be connected. And you just turn it on off. There you go. So now it's directly connected to my phone. Yep, that's it. And then I'll show you what it looks like at night.